This is Gretchen Menn with acoustic guitar, and today we're going to be talking about arpeggios. Arpeggios serve the dual function of establishing harmony in its movements while also providing melodic contour and interest. You can hear them in pieces like Pink Floyd's Us and Them, Led Zeppelin's Babe, I'm Gonna Leave You, and Steve Morse's Tumeni Notes. So learn arpeggios and practice arpeggios because they will benefit you both in your rhythm playing and your lead playing, as well as your sense of composition and overall musicianship. I really recommend working with a metronome, especially once you get some of the basics of the mechanics down of the right hand. It'll really help keep you honest in terms of your sense of time. Let's get into some examples. We're going to start very slowly. Let's pick a very simple chord that probably everybody knows. Let's do your basic open G chord. There's a few ways to fret it, but I chose this one for now. And the way I'm playing that is I'm using my thumb on the lowest three notes. You can do a rest stroke, which is what I just did, where you come down and rest on the string next to it, or you can do a free stroke where you use your thumb and come out from the body of the guitar. Thumb, and then first finger, second finger, ring finger, and then just reversing that on the way down. So try that with other chords you know too, just getting used to getting your right hand working with each of the fingers moving independently of one another. For example 2, we're going to add another chord, which is E minor. So that's with your open E, first finger on the second fret of the A string, second finger on the second fret of the D string, and then all other strings open in the key of G, like a 1 to 6. And you notice you can hear that there's very smooth harmonic movement because really only one note changes, which is the note D, the fifth of G, moves to E, which is the root of E. Otherwise they have both the G and the B as common notes. It's really useful to kind of try to see these similarities as you move between different chords. It can make for very smooth transitions. So let's go ahead and try example 2. So for example 3 and its opposite pattern, example 4, we're going to take the same two chords of G major and E minor, and we're going to notice that the picking hand fingering is indicated in this traditional format. So we have A is the ring finger, M is the middle finger, I is the index, P is the thumb. So pay attention to the individual sounds of each string and to various strengths and weaknesses in your picking hand. You may notice if you're new to fingerstyle playing that your third finger tends to be a little bit weaker initially, so just use your ears, make small adjustments, and eventually you'll be able to get consistency of tone. In example 5, you'll notice that the chords are the same as in the previous examples, but because of the change of melodic direction and the placement of the lowest note, you start to get a more melodic quality. Example 6 extends the complexity a little bit by adding bass notes on the first and the third beats of each measure. So that means you're going to be playing a melody note at the same time as a bass note. And if you need a pre-exercise for that, you can just take your open E strings initially and just work on playing those two notes simultaneously. Once that feels okay, go ahead and you can use your middle finger. That was playing with my thumb and my ring finger. And then you can do the same thing with the low E and the open B. Just getting used to playing those two at the same time. And you can do the same with the low E and the G played with your first finger. And then once you're ready, have a look at example 6. Example 7 demonstrates moving bass notes against stationary upper voices. It makes for very graceful transitions between chords and also is very graceful to play because of all the open strings. Example 8 combines the picking pattern and added bass notes of example 6 and the chord progression of example 7 with the addition of the D on the last beat of the second measure. So once you've worked through all these examples, come up with finger patterns of your own. Come up with different chord progressions. Write a song or a riff or a symphony. The possibilities are endless. So I hope it's helpful, and I will see you in the next video.